The quiet strategy has been shattered. For months, the deeply troubling scandal involving actor Kim Soo Hyun and the late actress Kim Sae Ron has been simmering under the surface, characterized by legal filings and a tense public silence from one side. But that all ended explosively on November 25, 2024, when Kim Sae Ron's mother broke her silence in a way that has fundamentally reshifted the entire narrative. Her press statement wasn't just a response, it was a counter-offensive, launched with a specific and shocking accusation. She revealed that while her family had been quietly respecting the police's request for all parties to avoid the media, Kim Soo Hyun's own legal team had taken to the airwaves, specifically to YouTube. She called out his lawyer, Ko-sang Rock, by name, accusing him of using his channel to continuously post what she labeled as false claims, a deliberate campaign to sway public opinion before the investigation had concluded. This single allegation reframed the entire conflict. It was no longer a private legal matter. It was a public relations war being waged on social media, and Kim Sae Ron's mother was now stepping onto the battlefield to fight for her daughter's story. And she didn't come empty-handed. The evidence presented was methodical, digital, and designed to be unignorable. It began with testimonies from acquaintances, people who claimed under recorded statement that they witnessed the relationship firsthand during Kim Sae Ron's minority. One key account detailed a trip to Jeju Island, stating that Kim Soo Hyun himself drove Kim Sae Ron and a friend to the airport. The family was careful to provide legal context, emphasizing that at the time of this event, Kim Sae Ron was 18 by international age but was still considered a minor under Korean law, which set the age of adulthood at 19. This wasn't a minor point. It was the legal bedrock of their entire case, and they were presenting a human witness to support it. Then came the kind of intimate, personal detail that fan cultures are built on. But here it was being used as legal ammunition. The family revealed that Kim Sae Ron's cats, originally named Potjack and Guljo, were later renamed Dal and Graham, Moon and Cloud. For anyone familiar with Kim Soo Hyun's career, this was a stunning piece of context. Dal was the name of his iconic character in The Moon Embracing the Sun. Netizens and analysts immediately saw this as a classic and highly persuasive marker of romantic influence, a silent clue from the past that had now been amplified into a public allegation. The most damning new developments, however, were the digital footprints pulled directly from Kim Sae Ron's devices. The family released a memo, forensically extracted and dated September 28, 2017, when Kim Sae Ron was 17. The messages, allegedly written to Kim Soo Hyun, were heartbreakingly vulnerable. She wrote about the little time left before his military enlistment, asking if she could spend it with him. She expressed deep insecurity, directly citing their age difference as the primary obstacle she saw in their relationship. Her message cut to the core of her desperation, asking him to confirm his intentions so she would know whether to simply wait for him or to keep her feelings alive indefinitely. The language here is unequivocally that of a romantic partner, not a junior colleague seeking mentorship. This single document did more to sway public perception than weeks of speculation, as it provided a raw, unedited look into the mind of a young woman who believed she was in a loving but complicated relationship with an older man. The digital paper trail grew even more intense with the next release, alleged KakaoTalk messages from February 2018 with screenshots taken that April. These weren't ambiguous texts. They contained specific nicknames, with the user believed to be Kim Soo Hyun calling Kim Sae Ron Pretty Sae Ro and writing, "I miss you." But one exchange in particular became the focal point of online outrage. When Kim Sae Ron messages that she will be home around 9 p.m., the alleged response from Kim Soo Hyun's account is, "Then don't go home and come to me." Kim Sae Ron's immediate reply is, "Right away." The intimacy and presumption in this exchange painted a picture of a relationship that was not only romantic but also established and comfortable, completely dismantling the idea of a distant professional connection. Finally, the family revealed what they claimed was an unsent letter from Kim Sae Ron, which contained the devastating line, "We had been dating for 5 to 6 years. You were my first love and my last love." If authenticated, this statement is the nuclear option, as it would place the beginning of their relationship when Kim Sae Ron was only 14 or 15 years old, a claim that carries not just career-ending but potentially criminal weight. In the wake of this evidence dump, the strategy from Kim Soo Hyun's camp has become a case study in modern scandal management. His lawyer, Ko-sang Rock, has not retreated from his YouTube pulpit. If anything, the channel has become even more central to their defense. Their response to the new evidence has been a masterclass in strategic admission and denial. They have not denied a relationship outright. Instead, they have admitted to a relationship but have drawn a hard, unyielding line on the timeline, insisting it only began began in the summer of 2019 when Kim Sae Ron was a legal adult. They have dismissed all the earlier KakaoTalk messages and the memo as either fabricated, manipulated, or simply not involving Kim Soo Hyun. In a surprising and tactical move, they even claimed that Kim Soo Hyun was in a separate, committed relationship with another actress, a former idol from 2016 to 2019, attempting to create a concrete alibi for the very years in question. This creates a complex he said, she said dynamic, but with one critical voice forever silenced. The analysis here is clear. By admitting to a later legal relationship, Kim Soo Hyun's team aims to project an image of transparency while surgically denying the more damning, career-ending allegations. Their entire strategy is built on creating enough reasonable doubt to fracture public opinion, hoping that a significant portion of the audience will question the authenticity of the digital evidence and preserve a path for a potential future comeback. As of now, the situation is a total legal and PR gridlock. Kim Soo Hyun's camp continues its defamation lawsuits against Kim Sae Ron's family and commentators, while the family's countersuit for violations of the Child Welfare Act proceeds. The police investigation remains active, but with no clear conclusion in sight. The court of public opinion is now the primary battleground, fiercely divided between those who see the released evidence as a tragic and conclusive narrative of a young woman taken advantage of, and those who see Kim Soo Hyun as the victim of a posthumous character assassination, fighting back with the only tools he has left. The impact on his career is already catastrophic, with all commercial and creative projects frozen. This case now stands as a stark example of a new era in celebrity scandal management, where evidence is leaked online, lawyers are YouTube personalities, and the final verdict may depend less on a courtroom ruling and more on which side can win the relentless and often brutal trial by public opinion.